If you're over 40 and you're looking for the best strength training movements, you're in the right place. I'm Jacob Pfau. I'm a 42-year-old health coach and strength coach, and I'm the owner of Primal Barbell, a strength training gym in Chicago, Illinois. These are the best strength training movements regardless of age. As soon as we throw age into the mix, we start to accommodate and we start to treat you like you're different or you're old or you're incapable. Rather than accommodate you, I want to empower you. So if you find that you can't perform any of these movements, you can reach out to me and I will assist you with what it takes to bridge you from where you are to being able to perform these movements, because they're that important. Now, first up, we have the barbell squat, the best exercise that you could perform, period. And the barbell squat, if you train this for several months to several years, it's gonna completely change you as a person. It's gonna bulletproof your lower back, it's gonna build your core, and it's gonna build your legs to the extent that you feel like you have very few limitations in life. I prefer to coach the low bar squat, where the bar sits lower down on your back and you lean over more than you would usually see someone lean over. The reason I like this version of the squat is it's going to bulletproof your lower back, it's gonna build your core, and you have optimal leverages to lift heavy and to utilize your body's most powerful position. All of these movements I'm going to cover today are considered compound movements, which means they work more than one joint and more than one muscle group at the same time. On the flip side, a simple exercise, a simple movement would be just one joint. Now, generally when you see images of strength training, you see some goon holding a dumbbell and doing a bicep curl. But simple movements like this work very little muscle mass, very little range of motion. If you're 40, you don't have time to waste your time and do things that don't actually get you strong. So instead of wasting your time with a simple movement, I'm going to guide you towards compound movements. The result for you is better metabolism, better ability, better strength, better mobility, better quality of life. The second movement I want to share is the overhead press. This one's so important because as we get older, if we don't do anything about it, we start to lose our shoulder mobility. You might have heard of someone before having frozen shoulder where they can't even get this arm overhead anymore. The shoulder press is going to strengthen your rotator cuffs, it's going to strengthen your deltoids and your triceps, and it's going to work your core as well. The lying down bench press is another great upper body lift, and because you're lying on a bench flat, you actually have better leverages to lift heavy weights. So the bench press is the best way to build your upper body strength. The bench press is also going to target the shoulders and the triceps, but the primary mover of the weight is going to be your chest. The first three movements involve squatting or pressing, and the last three movements are going to be pulls to round out and complete our exercise selection. So the first of the pulls is the conventional deadlift. And there's nothing more primal than picking up a heavy weight from the floor and rising it up to your hips. The deadlift is gonna bulletproof your lower back, train your core, and build your legs to unbelievable levels. It's also gonna teach you how to properly pick things up when you're not at the gym in a way where you don't end up throwing your back out. More of us probably do this than we would care to admit. The second pull I'd like to cover is the bent over row. The bent over row is going to work more of your mid back and your biceps, as whenever we're pulling horizontally, we're going to work our biceps as well. I prefer to coach the row from the floor because this version has a greater range of motion. You're going to be stronger as a result. The other thing I like about pulling from the floor is that it takes the stress off of the lower back and it places it on the hamstrings. And the last pulling movement today is the only one that's a non-barbell exercise, and that's gonna be the pull-up. Now for the pull-up, we would typically have an overhand grip. I prefer the chin-up grip over the pull-up grip because it recruits a little bit more muscle from the bicep. And it makes it easier for those of us who aren't great at pull-ups. Now before you run out and just start performing these exercises, it's crucial that you do these correctly and have the right form. Seek out a qualified coach to look at your form and give you feedback so that you can perform these lifts safely and know how to program them so you can train them and get stronger. If you found this video helpful, Like it and subscribe for more content. And if you want to be on the fast track towards getting strong and functional, visit my website where you can book a discovery call and we can hop on the phone and find out what you need from me to be successful. And until next time, stay primal.